Hi, y'all. This video is my latest attempt to describe my message. It's a little rough, but I think it's getting a little bit better every time. I appreciate your taking the time to watch it and any guidance you can give me. As you probably know by now, my passion is learning. If we want real, healthy, sustainable change that benefits all of us, learning must be at the center. I'm hoping you'll join me on this journey so that we can learn how to learn together. My passion is determining how we can get the most out of our lives, both individually and collectively. Even if this question seems impossible to answer, could there be any more important question than this? Whether you realize it or not, every decision that you ever make is your attempt to answer this question. So, shouldn't we be searching for the best answer possible? My key premise is that our lives could be so much better if we just learned how. If you knew what life could really be like, what we have the potential to be, would you settle for the way things are now? What would you invest to change it, assuming we could guarantee it was worth it? I propose that if we redefine learning with a much higher standard, study learning as a science, thus learning how to learn, and believe and not settle, prioritizing and investing in learning, we'll unlock and realize our potential, transcending our concerns and achieving our aspirations. This video will show you how learning is the solution and what we can do to realize our potential. In this video, we'll talk about our potential, what we have the potential to be, and what life has the potential to be, a new definition of learning, what it is and is not, the science and magic of learning, how learning makes realizing our potential realistic, and the way forward, what our next steps should be. Our lives really could be so much better if we just learned how. For example, think about all the things we aspire to and all the things we're concerned about at every level in our lives. All of our worries, issues, challenges, and struggles, all of our hopes, dreams, and callings. We and our lives have so much potential for improvement. Imagine what our lives could be like if we could just transcend our concerns and achieve our aspirations. I'm hoping to convince you that you and your life can be even better. What if our lives were supposed to be phenomenal? What if we're all fundamentally good, we're all naturally graceful, we all matter, and we have the potential to be amazing? What if we're supposed to naturally love life? Is it even realistic to think this way? Based on what we see in our companies, on the news, on social media, and in traffic, it's easier to believe that we're all just difficult, flawed, and even evil. But what if we're just looking at it the wrong way? To be sure, we have some difficult questions to work through, and we're not very good at handling these questions, especially together. But if we knew our lives could be so much better, would we settle? I propose that we realize this potential by learning to learn. As we become better learners, we open space at every level in our lives where these idealistic notions become possible for each of us and for all of us. But we need a much more sophisticated definition of learning than how we typically think about it. When we're asked to define learning, our minds go directly to memorizing facts, reading books, or taking classes. Psychologists use words like operant classical conditioning as if learning is about getting better at running through mazes. Success speakers talk about learning as if it's beating ourselves up to overcome our flaws. The word learning is frequently used in education or corporate training context where we think of inflicting learning on people, such as teaching people what we feel they should know or modifying their behavior to what we think it should be. If this is learning, then no wonder we have such a low opinion of it. We have a very low standard for what learning is and a very simplistic understanding of how we learn, but we know there's way more to learning than this. When we use the word learning in everyday life, we mean something much bigger. When we say something like live and learn, or I learned a lot from that experience, we mean that the experience changed us or transformed us and made us grow and expand our horizons. It made us think and see things differently. Learning is what we mean when we use words like growth, transformation, change, or actualization. If we look at learning in its broadest sense, we're talking about the science behind changing our lives. This redefinition of learning would include understanding how we optimize our health and potential, get the most out of our lives individually and collectively, and get better at getting better. If we redefine learning this way, and we could get if we if we redefine learning this way and if we really could get better at it, wouldn't learning become the most important thing in our lives? In its broadest sense, learning involves many dimensions, including building capabilities to get results reliably, creating more effective solutions, embracing opportunity with curiosity and adventure, becoming a healthier, stronger, better person, discovering and optimizing your potential, seeking and recognizing truth and wisdom, and getting the most out of life. And if we focus on learning to learn, we amplify our effectiveness by getting better at getting better. As we continually getting better, as we continually get better at all of these dimensions, we learn how to handle the inherent challenges in life, to deal with our issues, and to collaborate for better and better solutions. A big part of learning is recognizing that learning and life is a journey. We'll never know the real truth. There'll always be challenges. There's no such thing as good enough. We'll always fall short and make mistakes, and there's no solution that fixes everything. This is why learning is the only solution with sophistication to address the real nature of life and humanity. Learning means that we're always getting better and getting better at getting better. Learning is a natural process of becoming ourselves, a never ending journey we're already on, and a capability that we can keep getting better at. Learning liberates us, empowers us, helps us reinvent ourselves, and helps us become ourselves. And if we all join the learning journey, we all rise together. As we become better learners, learning is the solution that improves everything else in our lives. It's the leverage we need for deliberate change. It's the science and magic to make change real. So once again, we have to wonder if it's realistic to think this way. After all, lots of people talk about achieving potential, even to the point where talking about potential gets really awkward. Is learning really magic or just a bunch of smoke? Well, we can treat learning as a science. We can study it, we can get better at it, we can implement it systematically, and we can manage it reliably to make it worth the investment. As we learn to learn, learning becomes the solution to our challenges and will achieve results beyond what we can currently conceive. Those who don't understand the science will consider those results magic. For example, consider how learning naturally makes us more effective. Qualities such as awareness, curiosity, direction, etc., develop naturally as we become better learners. These qualities then naturally increase our capabilities to resolve many of the issues and to collaborate with others for even better solutions. Learning works best if we all rise together. Learning starts the virtuous cycle by helping us change ourselves. Changing ourselves is not about beating ourselves up about areas where we fall short. It's about connecting with our natural selves and achieving our potential. As we do, we'll start rediscovering our natural ability to handle those situations gracefully, and will increase our ability to facilitate healthy change in others. As others become healthier, they'll in turn help us to be healthier, and the virtuous cycle will continue and spread, making us all healthier. For real, sustainable, healthy change that benefits everyone, we need change at every level. Learning enables that by cultivating health at all levels, including personal and interpersonal level, the group organizational level, and the humanities societal level. Healthy organizations and societies make the individuals and leaders even healthier, who in turn make the organizations and societies healthier. Consider, for instance, the effects learning can have on organizations. Just learning to learn by itself increases our business results. Becoming better learners helps us become naturally better people, which naturally enhances capabilities necessary to drive business performance. We can optimize our learning program so that we can systematically manage our organization's capabilities and systematically manage our organization's potential. All of this because we're learning to learn. Why the exclamation point? Learning should be an exciting journey about getting the most out of our lives. It's also urgent that we get this journey moving because humanity desperately needs healthy change. I've already compiled content to address all the levels, including workbooks and videos. They're all still prototypes, but I'm excited about the possibilities for change. And for my next steps, I want to first study how we can create learning as a business investment and create an intervention process for organizational learning so that we can start creating the organization change we discussed earlier. I also want to create a learning process on learning for leadership because our leaders will be instrumental in facilitating our individual and organizational learning. And I want to refine my learning process on learning for personal and interpersonal development because if we can encourage individuals to join the learning journey for their own growth, our learning culture becomes even stronger. And there are a few other products that I'm also working on, and definitely many areas that I could use your help on. Hopefully, by now, you're convinced that learning is both urgent and worthwhile. In order for us to create real, healthy, sustainable change that benefits all of us, I'm hoping that you will believe and don't settle, join the journey, and prioritize and invest in learning. And if we do it right, there may be hope for our own lives and for humanity to be so much better.